Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to finish off the bag. Now you've woven it tightly and you've pulled on your strips to get them woven as tightly as you possibly can. Now the next step is we're going to trim the top, but before you trim the top we want to draw a line all the way around. Now I've drawn this in magic marker so that you can see it, but normally you just use a chalk line. That line is going to be drawn 1, 2, 3 full diamonds and a half, so 3.5 full diamonds, and you want to go 1/4 inch above this intersection of this particular diamond. So you want to be 1/4 inch above that. Draw that line all the way around. You can trim off some of your long strips to make it a little bit easier. Then you're going to, before you trim anything, you're going to sew 1/8 inch below that. Then you'll trim that off on the line. The fact that you've sewn that 1/8 inch below will keep this together for you. So you can throw all those excess pieces away. So you've trimmed your top, so it's nice and even now. The next step is to put your handles on. And you're going to pin your handles. These are the center 3 triangles. And then you're going to pin your handles to the next triangle. So you're going to leave the center 3 free, and there is a reason for that as soon as we get to the closure. You want to pin with your pin heads facing down, like that, and then like this. Now notice how I'm pinning with the opening of the handles facing towards me. That's so that when you fold the handle up, that handle will be facing towards the center of the bag, or that opening will be facing towards the center of the bag. So you'll pin your handles on the front and the back. The next step is to take your closure strip. Now remember, we've got the bottom part of the closure and the top part of the closure. The top part of the closure, just slide that onto your closure strip. Place it approximately in the center and fold the closure strip up so that it creates a V. I'm going to pin it right now, but you will be stitching across this as soon as we cut off the tops. So that's going to go on the back. And there is going to be a little bit of trial and error with this. So on this one, you want to pin with your pins lined up horizontally. Then you're going to test this to see if it's in the right spot by flipping it over the top and just seeing if it fits on the front. Trying to find the holes on the bottom. There it goes. So that looks like it's in a pretty good spot. So what we'll do is trim the top off even with the top of the bag. And then the next thing that we're going to do is you're going to bind the top of the bag. So you're going to sew your binding on with 1/4 inch seam and then you'll flip that binding to the inside. Now, I like to hand sew it, but you can machine sew it. I've just hand sewed it down to the inside of the bag. If you machine sew it, and you machine sew it close to the edge of the binding strip, you will see stitching all the way around here. That's okay if you don't mind, but hand sewing eliminates that stitching. One thing I want to remind you is if you do want to put a lining in the bag, do so before you put the binding on. So that's it.